Pakistani rupee continues its downward spiral against the US dollar, with the local currency nearing 240 rupees. The greenback has appreciated by over 28% in the past 4 months amid a political turmoil that threatens to tank the country's economy. In this episode of Spotlight, we ask economist Khurram Shahzad the rupee's outlook and the reason behind its fall.
As far as depreciation is concerned, there are two reasons to it. One is, of course, the locally driven political uncertainty, and the last 6 months saga at the political front has contributed a lot to this uncertainty, which has led to almost a free fall in both financial and forex markets at the local front. And the other bigger reason is, of course, dollar globally has been appreciating for the last 2-3 months because of the much needed monetary tightening, which has been there after long 2 years, and after a lot of quantitative easing that has taken place during the COVID era. So these two reasons are actually weighing negatively on the PKR value, and I expect PKR may further deteriorate until and unless we get needed inflows from the IMF, followed by the friendly countries, and then from the World Bank and IDB and so on and so forth. I think there's a significant portion attached to it, which is driven by the political uncertainty, because you have a fire outside your home, and you have actually put fire on your home as well, inside also. So that's a significant. It can be said that there's a significant portion to it that can be attributed to this fall, this recent fall, which is of course political uncertainty. If there was some sort of certainty, and we have had good supply of dollars, we would definitely have been in a better place, in a better position than what we are at the moment. So I must say, political uncertainty and shortage of dollar, both are creating havoc into our markets. But at the same time, the silver lining is the commodity super cycle is going to end in the next 2 to 3 months, as per certain estimates. And you must have seen oil is also coming down, and so are food prices. So these are some sort of respites that we need at the moment, which is going to support actually our external sector, imports in particular. In addition to that, government has also banned some of the luxurious imports, plus some of the basic ones also. So that is actually putting some sort of soothing effect on the upcoming import bill, which would definitely curtail the demand of dollars. The second thing is that we've got this assurance from the friendly countries that we're going to get about $3 to $4 billion in the next 3 to 4 months. But timing is very important. Timing is of the essence. We need dollars today, not after 3 months or 4 months. And as far as the default word is being used, and it's actually making rounds, it is not true. We're not going to default as such, because our debt repayments are far out in December 2022, and that's only $1 billion hard. So by that time, we would be having good inflows from friendly countries, from IMF, and from other donors like World Bank and IDB and EDB and so on and so forth. So there are silver linings, there are risks also, but challenges are there. We have to fight with them, and we have to get the dollars close as early as possible. Of course it is, because it does not. It is not logical that you have dollar appreciating against all the world currencies, almost all the currencies, and the basket of currencies, and not against PKR. It's not possible. It's not logical. This does not happen in efficient markets. So definitely it has a lot of impact of dollar going stronger in the international market against all the currencies. It definitely has its share in our local market as well. So this is one of the reasons, as I mentioned earlier, apart from the local reasons that we have been having for the last 3-4 months now. The bottom line is we are two different economies. In terms of size, nature, diversity, and culture, and the kind of model we both have. They're two different economies, right? One is tourism driven, the other one is more consumption driven. I mean, two different economies. Of course, issues are more or less the same, and the direction is more or less the same. But they were far ahead of us in not taking, in fact, timely decisions, and we have made certain timely decisions in the last few months, which were actually not uh, politically favorable, but still this government has made it. Some of the decisions were taken by the last government as well, but we are not headed in that direction anymore. We are not going to default as such because, as I said earlier, we only need $1 billion by the end of December 2022. And before that, we've got enough inflows arranged by the current government, which would definitely save us from default. But at the same time, we need reforms. We need political stability. We need economic reforms, energy reforms, fiscal reforms, and the ad hoc basis economic venturism has to end. So this is not going to sustain us. This is not going to unlock our true potential. This needs stability. This needs reforms. This needs, a lot of thought process, vision, priorities. A lot of this has to take place. Otherwise, things are very difficult.